Hey guys, Kevin, 8 o'clock tomato talk. Middle of the summer. Guess what I'm standing in front of? Manure. Check it out. Getting ready to do the turning. It's been 2 weeks. If you watched my first video, we piled this all here. Thanks to my kind neighbor down the road. He's got a couple manure making machines, AKA horses. And it's been 2 weeks. And I have covered them in black plastic and topped them in clear plastic over here to keep the rain off. The black plastic to draw the heat, the clear plastic to just keep it insulated more and keep the rain off and keep that moisture level just right. Been cooking for 2 weeks. The goal is we're going to take fresh manure and in 4 weeks or so make usable manure in the garden. Can't put it on there fresh, it could burn your crops. Also pathogens in the manure poo and the horse poo, all kinds of strange things there we don't want to get into right now. Best to compost it. That's what we're doing on in the fast lane. Okay, boodle little Daryl. So you can see back here, I've already started digging in. And if you'll notice, I'm going to take my pitchfork. Actually, let's get close first, guys. Do you see this white stuff growing in there? Actomycetes, I believe is the way it's pronounced. Great hot compost critters. Heating things up, feeding off all that brown material, the straw and the grass and everything that the horse was eating itself, eating as well. And so feeding off that, and it's also being fueled by the manure itself. Like I say, the manure itself is full of brown material as well. So we got brown, the straw bedding, the alfalfa the horses have been eating, and then we've got the green or the hot component, the nitrogen component, which is the actual manure part of the manure. Each manure nugget has both of those in there. It's a perfect ingredient to make its own compost on its own. So check it out. I'm going to dig the pitchfork in. You're going to see some more of this white stuff. You see that, guys? Just more and more as I dig into the middle of the pile. And that is a good sign. A little bit of steam coming off there. That's heat. Guys, I put my hand on top. I can feel the heat radiating off that just from several inches away even. I put my hand on top in the middle of a hot day a couple of days ago. It was too hot to keep my hand there more than just 4 or 5 seconds. Amazing energy being supplied by the tiny bacteria in there, partying down, breaking it down. I'm going to turn it, get this pile fired back up again, get it all fresh again. I'll be right back and you'll see the end result. 8 o'clock manure talk. We're back. Hey guys, guess what? We've got it all turned. You hear the cicadas waxing and waning, making their calls. It's that time of summer, isn't it? Getting into the late days, the dog days, the hot days of summer. Here we go. So we do have some rain coming, and the moisture level, you always want to check your moisture level as you turn these piles after a couple weeks or so. It was real consistent throughout, even on the edge. We had a little bit of rain 4 or 5 days ago. That was just enough to wet the edges that weren't quite getting covered with the plastic bags or the tarps. So I just watered it a little bit. I'm debating whether I'm going to put the plastic over or let that rain hit it. We've got about another 3/4 of an inch coming. I may cover it. I like to keep control, and the moisture level is just perfect right now. We don't want it soggy. We don't want it dry. We want the moisture level just right for those tiny little white things we see made up of bacteria that are breaking it down, heating this pile up, really speeding up the process, feeding as they begin the process to, in the end, feed us through the plants and stuff by the way we nourish the roots and soil at the base of our plants with this manure. Real quick, you want to turn your outside in and your inside out. So the outside of the pile goes to the middle. So this here, these 3 containers, I put all in this big wheelbarrow and that 30-gallon barrel and this half whiskey barrel thing. That was all the inside stuff. That's now on the outside perimeter. Over here, you can see I've got these 3 containers, these big tubs, and the smaller wheelbarrow. That was the inside. I've moved that, incorporated it into the middle now. So outside in, inside out. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, guys, there we go. This has been the 2nd installment of the Tale of Two Manure Piles, brought to you by 8 o'clock tomato talk. This is Kevin. Thanks for joining me, guys. as always, it's fun. Keep gardening, guys. Get yourself ready for the fall. Get yourself ready for springtime. Here we go.